What you are about to witness is a scene between two rising actors from two completely different walks of life. Neither knew of each other before this moment. The writing, or sides, were written specifically for this scene by aspiring new writers as well. All parties involved are looking to be discovered. This is Blind Sides, an original concept developed and brought to you by TheBlkScript.com. Any other version is inauthentic. Enjoy the show.
Here we go, guys.
I'm all good to go, baby. All right, thank you,
Malik.
David. Yep, cool. All right, peace.
What's going on, Malik Yoba?
Thank you, David. What's happening, kids? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Y'all look all excited and shit.
I am excited.
I'm ready to play, happy Negroes. Go ahead.
Yes. Welcome to Blind Sides, a new discovery platform for emerging actors and writers from different parts of the country to act out scenes online and in front of a different special guest industry judge in an effort to gain valuable feedback on their craft, more exposure, and ultimately get discovered. My name is Kevin Marable.
And I'm Jessica Mifflin.
And today we have three talented individuals with us, two actors from two different regions who don't know each other. One at a time, I'll have you come forward, state your name, where you're from, and what you do, please. We will begin with Lola. Lola, please state your name and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Lola Ajayi. I live in Los Angeles, and I'm an actor and model.
All right. And then next we have Ronson.
What's up, guys? My name is Ronson J. Hawkins. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm a middle school theater teacher, actor, and I'm an acting coach.
All right. And last but not least, we have Kasey Cormier, who is the writer. Kasey.
Yes, thank you for saying it correctly. That doesn't happen often. I am originally from Dallas, Texas, born and raised, but I currently live in Katy, Texas. And I'm just excited to be a part of this show and to see how everyone brings my work to life today.
Finally, today, our special guest is an actor whose extensive resume needs no introduction. We all loved him in Cool Runnings, New York Undercover, Why Did I Get Married? Why Did I Get Married Too? Alphas, Empire, Designated Survivor, First Wives Club, The Last OG, New York Undercover, the movie, and many, many more. He can currently be seen in the Tubi original film, Snatched, and has also had his hands in real estate with Yoba Development. We have with us none other than Malik Yoba. Malik Yoba, welcome to Blind Sides.
Good to see you guys.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Malik, we have...
See, we can thank Instagram.
Yes, thank Instagram
I
for sure.
seeing these posts, and I sent him a message telling him I like what he was doing.
Yes, and I truly appreciate that, man, because you really never know who's watching, and this is a testament to just keeping your head down and constantly doing the work, and great things will happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, also because there's those other platforms that only show a bunch of white actors.
Yes,
there's similar platforms, and this shit's annoying as fuck. I'm like, if you leave it up, because it's random people that create these things. It's like they really don't see us, and it's. But anyway, that's
no, you're absolutely right.
I was happy to see what you were doing.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, and
we're definitely making sure that we create a platform and a space for all actors, screenwriters, filmmakers of color, and diverse backgrounds to give us more of a level playing field to make this happen.
And I used to do a platform like this called the Working Actor Monologue Slam. So it was creating opportunities for actors to be seen. This is going over a decade ago. And so even doing something online like this wasn't even possible then. Maybe we could have used Skype back in the day, but yeah, we used to do it at a college here in Brooklyn. And then we even did it at NBC when I was doing Alphas, because they were trying to the whole diversity, equity, inclusion efforts to bring more diverse talent. And it was crazy because we actually shot a pilot for this where they shoot the Tonight Show on that stage, and we shot this whole thing. But the crazy part about the business is they would say we can encourage writers and producers to include more diverse talent, but they don't have to. So it was like an exercise in futility, really. We started doing it anyway, but while I was doing Alphas, I was like, listen, we do this project and it's a Universal show. Why don't we have Universal involved? And they did. They gave us some funding even, but they wouldn't commit to actually putting actors into position. So things have changed a little bit, but yeah. So I salute you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Truly appreciate it.
Dope.
I do have one more statement before the actors get started. So Ronson Hawkins is actually filling in. We had an actor back out right before this episode aired. So Ronson's going to be doing a cold read for us. We did not want to miss this opportunity to have him on.
I asked him to let it to you. Usually I don't have a script. I was like, let's, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can say that. So, yeah.
Cool.
So I just wanted to make sure. So when you see him, if he happens to do a little bit of reading, that's the reason why. But
cool.
We're going to make it through this. All right, guys. So let me know when you are ready, and I will count down from 3, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right. In 3, 2, 1, action.
Mom, what are you leaving us?
Cameron, I didn't see you there. You scared me. Why aren't you in school?
Dad let me stay at home. Mom, why are you leaving us?
I'm not leaving you.
Then why are you packing?
Honey, you wouldn't understand. There are just some things that I need to work through.
Come on, Mom, that's bullshit.
Excuse me? What did you say?
I said it's bullshit. Come on, Mom, you're lying.
For the sake of grace, I'm going to credit your complete brain lapse to emotional distress. Because I know you're not using that language and tone with me, young man.
What does it matter? I mean, you're just going to give up on us anyway.
Cameron, Mikhail, Laron, you have about half a second to remember who you are, or this conversation gonna get real ugly.
Remember who I am? You mean Cash?
What?
That's my dad's name, right? My name? Cameron Michael Cash?
Cameron. Baby. Don't
what? Well, speak the truth? Abandon my family? Don't be stupid? You mean don't be you?
Baby, it's not like that. You don't understand.
Well, you know what? You're damn right. I don't understand, Mom. So, tell me, because I don't understand how my own mother could just stop loving me, or how you could give up on us and jet the way you did. You know, correction. The way that you are. Come on, Ma, you've been gone for over a week. Dad was losing his mind, looking for you. You had us praying. He had us praying for your safety, and you out here laid up with some chick. Then you show up, and you storm out of here, leaving Dad, leaving us, leaving me again. And let me guess, you're here now to do what? Pack your stuff? So you're right, Mom. Tell me, because I don't understand. So tell me.
Cameron, I'm sorry. You know, I love you. I love you more than life itself.
Oh, but just not how I got here, right? You know, just lie to me. Tell me you wouldn't change it if you could. Tell me you wouldn't go back and make it. So I was never born. Go ahead and lie to me like your mother lied to you.
Enough. Your father took advantage of me. He assaulted me He put me in a coma and left me to die. So yes, you're right, I hate it. But what I hate more is your spoiled ass is too selfish to understand that this is more about than just you. I chose to keep you, even though I knew that he was never coming back. I chose to love you, to take care of you, all on my own, and I've been doing it your entire life without pause. Would I change what happened to me? In a heartbeat. But I wouldn't change you being my son. Not even now, as you stand here in my face, in my house no less, and you accuse me of abandoning you. You got your chest all poked out like you a man, but you acting like an immature little boy.
And cut. Awesome. Good job, guys. Good job.
Thank you,
Actors,
thank you.
how did it feel? How did it feel?
Hot. Hot. It felt good though. Thank you, Lola. It was fun to play with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Absolutely. You guys are going to get two more takes. But I wanted to get the first take out of the way. Let me ask Kasey, what did you think about the two actors playing out your scene?
I liked it. I especially liked at the end. I definitely looked to Ronson to see if he was going to deliver that switch, because she's really like coming at him like you talking to me like you some grown man, but you really a little boy. And I in my mind I wanted to say I'm thinking I hope he reacts to that, and then I look at his face and he's got like this really sulky little boy face on it, so I love that change. I would like to see a little bit more energy coming from the beginning. It took a minute for it to build. It is a gradual build,
Right.
but the climax of the dialogue hit like right at the end, and there's so many more spaces for you guys to really deliver that, because he talking to you crazy, mama. He done forgot who you are. He done forgot himself.
Yeah.
So we have to remind our children that they just 2.5 from meeting Jesus personally.
Yeah. Malik, what are your thoughts?
We'll go again, and I know we have a timing issue. It's a delay with Ron.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a delay with Ronson.
Yeah. Are you well lit, Ronson, by the way? It's very pixelated.
Yes.
I'm wondering.
Oh no, maybe it's the connection. I got my ring light like right here.
Oh, okay.
So maybe
it must be the connection. So it's a little delayed. So it's not happening in real time. Lola, how much time did you have with this material?
About 2 days.
2 days. And Ronson, you just got it today?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half.
God bless you, but he's a junior high school teacher, so he's teaching the babies. Be ready, stay ready. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, good stuff.
Thank
Good work, guys. Yeah, obviously, yeah. First take. Let's see what else you got.
Right.
There was a couple of little turns though, Lola, in there. One, you say that he's selfish in the middle, right? I try to make another note. I think there's two moments that contradict. It feels like they contradict her intention, and I'm assuming, Kasey, that's on purpose, the way you wrote that. And we can get into like what that meant for you to write that, but how you play those moments, because it's a juxtaposition of you wanting to be compassionate to this kid. And it seems like if, in order for you to say that line, you have to be driven to that place to contradict yourself. So we need to see what is the thing. Like there's got to be a turn, and that it's communicated, right? Why do you choose to tell me selfish when you're trying to, get understanding? And there's something toward the end that does that. Again, I'll try to note what that is. Do you know what I'm talking about, Kasey? Where that might be?
Yeah, where probably the line where she says, you fail to realize this is about more than this, just you. And then she calls him spoiled at the end.
Those two. Thank you. So clearly you wrote those for a reason, and we can get into that after. So I'm curious to see what you do those, because those are conflicting emotions, and that's creating a tension. So it'd be interesting to see how you play with that, because that's where it gets interesting as an actor, right? To find that those sort of opposing points of view in this effort to be loving and nurturing and have him get some understanding. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right. You guys ready to go for take two? All right. Here we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1, action.
You're leaving us?
Cameron, you scared me. I didn't think that anyone was here. Why aren't you at school?
Dad let me stay at home. Mom, are you leaving us? What are you doing?
No, I am not leaving you.
Then why are you packing?
Cam, honey, you just wouldn't understand. There are some things that I need to work through.
Mom, that's bullshit.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
I said it's bullshit. Come on, Ma, you're lying.
For the sake of grace, I am going to credit your complete brain lapse to emotional distress. Because I know you're not using that language and tone with me, young man.
What does it matter to you? You're just gonna give up on us anyway.
Cameron, Mikhail, LaRon, you have about a half a second to remember who you are. Or this conversation is going to get real ugly.
Remember who I am? You mean Cash?
What?
Yeah. It's my dad's name, right? My name? Cameron Mikhail Cash?
Cameron, baby. Don't
what? Speak the truth? Abandon my family? Don't be stupid? Don't be like you, Ma, right?
Baby, it's not like that. You don't understand.
You're right. You damn right I don't understand. I'll tell you what I don't understand. I don't understand how my own mother could just stop loving me. Or how you could just give up on us and jet the way you did and leave. You know, correction. The way you are. Mom, you've been gone for over a week. Dad was losing his mind. You got us out here praying for your safety, and you laid up with some chick? Then you show up and you storm out of here, leaving Dad, leaving us, leaving me again? And you're right back here now. To do what? Oh, what, pack your stuff? So tell me, no, I don't understand. So help me. I don't understand any of that.
Cameron, I'm sorry. Now, you know I love you. I love you more than life itself.
Just not how I got here, right? Just lie to me. You just tell me you wouldn't change it if you could. Tell me you wouldn't go back and make it so I was never born. Go ahead and lie to me like your mother lied to you.
That's enough. Now, your father took advantage of me. He assaulted me. He put me in a coma and left me to die. So yes, Cameron, I hate it. But what I hate most is your spoiled ass is too selfish to see that this is about more than just you. I decided to keep you even though I knew he was never coming back. I decided to love you, to take care of you, all on my own, and I've been doing it without pause your entire life. Even now, as you stand in my face, in my home no less, and you accuse me of abandoning you. Would I change what happened to me? In a heartbeat. But I would never change you being my son. You have your chest all poked out like you a man. You acting like an immature little boy.
Okay, what are y'all's thoughts?
I see the growth. I'm liking the transitions better. Uh, I also like the recovery. I won't even point out where the stumble was, but you recover very well. To the naked eye, nobody would notice it. I only notice it because I know the script, but you did very well. I like the energy. Loved both of your performances. Excuse me.
Yeah, definitely a stronger performance the second go around for you, Ronson. And Lola, I like how you put the pauses in there. I thought it was a strong performance again.
I definitely felt
Jessica, you
more
have anything?
connected.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lola. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that I definitely felt more connected this time to Ronson, so that helped,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I felt like we were making eye contact. I don't even know if we really were, but it felt like we were.
Right?
It felt like we were listening to each other. I always make sure that I'm like listening to my scene partner.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely felt like we were listening to each other a lot more.
I did think it was a good idea and helpful for them if we cut our cameras off. So I thought that was a good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
helpful. I look
Yeah,
actually.
no, this is hard. I feel for you actors coming up in the age of digital, because it forces you to do very unnatural things. So I see that you want to edit this and make it look like they're in the same room,
Right.
but because we have real relationships in 2024 where we communicate digitally, then I would suggest play it as if you're having a FaceTime with a person. I know you wrote it to be situational in a space, but the information and the story is the most important thing in this context, not location.
Right.
So for the actors, it's difficult. Like Ron said, he's trying to see where to look and play these honest moments, but it's hard to be honest when the technical constraints don't allow you to do that. It's one of my least favorite things about the time we live in. Like somebody asks you to put yourself on tape and you're in a car crash. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? I'm doing
Yep, self tape
right?
for you.
And so there's stage directions that don't really support the talent, which is not a thoughtful approach to where we are in the world in terms of this. So I think it could help you all if you were able to look each other on the at each other on the screen as if like how we're having this talk right now. You could focus a little better as opposed to trying to play where the person's supposed to be. Performance wise, in terms of intention, Lola, you have a lot of. So I know you had a little bit more time with the material, so you're more comfortable with it. Ronson, you're getting more comfortable with it. But there's so much in this material, in this short scene. We're talking about abandonment. We're talking about abuse. We're talking about mother and son. We're talking about the father who's not in here. It sounds like it's a revelation. He says to you, "My last name is Cash," right? It sounds like some information you don't know that he had, correct?
Correct.
And I don't feel that. I'm not seeing you react to that, right? I'm seeing you. So, you guys are tending to play one note, both of you, right? And so it's not just, okay, when you take a pause it's really about what is going on internally with this truth that you're confronted with. If from what I got in the writing, you're looking to escape, right? Perhaps go see your lover. Is that right, Kasey? Right? Okay. And so this is a huge decision to say, I'm going to leave this child to pursue my love, right? And I'm conflicted. In fact, just the world we're living in right now, right, with this abortion shit, right? You couldn't be that woman to get an abortion from a man who assaulted you. And you had to struggle with this love of this child, right? And so I know, again, this is work that if we had a lot of time to work on it, and it takes a while to get there because this is some deep, heavy shit, right? But there will be times when you get an audition today, you got to turn that shit in tomorrow, and you got to figure out, how do I quickly activate this life, this inner life, so I can give the most truthful performance, the most nuanced performance, because it's less about the words and more about what is going on internally, right? It's not about the things you say, it's like all the stuff you don't say. And so having to consider all that stuff, playing just to each other in real time here in this medium versus you can still do the physical action you're doing. He could have called you, you could be upstairs in the house. You could be right next door. He could be in the car on his way to come see you, right? And these things happen in real time, right? If this was a script that was in production and it was set as a day where, you were supposed to be in the house, but we lost the location, but we got to make the scene work, then you might have to move the location of the scene, even though it's written a certain way, because the bottom line is, does this moment in the story move the whole story forward? And if the location isn't contingent, then you can be agnostic with that. Does that make sense, Kasey?
Most definitely.
As a writer? Yeah.
Yes, most certainly.
Yeah. So, and Ronson, do you mean to be disrespectful to your mother? Because, yes, you find this out. Is your nature normally passive aggressive? Is this the first time you've cursed to your mother? Right. So if you say it to her one time, and then she says, "Hey, boy, did you forget who the fuck you are?" You say it again. So that's a choice.
Yeah.
Am I going to hit her twice in the head with it, or am I going, "Oh shit, I lost"? Is it more internal? Right.
Yep.
Those are all places that you can play with those responses to her. But the overall note is, now that you've had a couple of times to do it, locate who you are in this relationship. What do you want, right, in this moment, right? You have to answer that. The writing tells us some of it, but beneath what the writing is saying, what are you really feeling as well? Hold on. What else did I write? So the last name was a revelation, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so, Ronson, for you, what is your intent in that moment to say that to her? Right? You get the information 5 minutes ago, a week ago. How long have you had it? Have you been dying to say it to her? Right? How does he know about the woman? Kasey, that's really a question for you, because it's not.
So I was going to ask if it would help to give a little bit more backstory on what's going on here.
You wrote it.
He mentions that you disappeared for a week. So Lola's character has recently found out that she's had amnesia for the last 16 years. So she has now been uncovering. She's uncovered a lot of truths that even she didn't know, to include what happened to her in his conception. Her thought process has been one thing about her relationship with his father, and then she's just coming to this new found knowledge that, no, this is what really happened to me. And she jetted. She disappeared for a week. Nobody heard from her. She's married. They've got kids, and everybody's concerned. Like, where are you? What's going on? She shows up and confronts everyone, her mom specifically, with this information that she's just learned, and it's heavy. That's why he's like, "Are you gonna lie to me? Like you lied, like your mama lied to you?" So then she's disappeared again. I thoroughly appreciate you recognizing and pointing out the lover part of it, because as a writer, you really want to know whether or not the thoughts in my head are transcending through the words.
Yeah.
And it's like you're unfolding the story without having ever read anything else other than this.
Right.
So that is definitely, giving me, it's doing something for me right now.
So you wrote this as a short, or is this part of a bigger project?
So it's actually a television series. This is a scene from one of the episodes in the series that I've written.
And Lola, did you have any of this backstory?
No.
So this is revelation for you right now.
It is the amnesia part for sure.
Yeah.
I created my
So
own
it's
backstory, but I didn't do it.
So just as an overall practice, it would be helpful definitely at the top to make sure that the writers set the context for the actors so that they know what they're working with. So that will inform, and that gives the decisions you make, and that gives you so much more to play with now, right?
Yeah.
So like if you have amnesia, he's saying this shit to you. Is this the first time you're hearing it? Right? Is this new information? Right? And I don't know if that's the way you wrote it, Kasey, but let's act like you go ahead, go for it.
So it's always been known that her current husband is not his biological father,
Okay.
but nobody knew about the assault part, the coma part. Nobody knew about that. She's just learned that information. He learned it at the same time. Well, he learned it in the midst of her confronting her mother about it. He overheard the
Who's the
conversation.
he? Ronson?
Ronson, the son. The son hears it as she's confronting, mom about what happened, and then she storms out again, and now she's back, and he's like, "Okay, you left, and now you leaving it again," like and there is another lover that's been revealed, So it's this torn, this dynamic, this dilemma between the life she's known and then this new revealed life that she just completely forgot about.
Okay.
And all these feelings, and she's like, you fail to realize this is about more than just you. Like,
Okay.
I'm dealing with a lot right now.
Right. So that's a lot of backstory. That's a lot of, and I don't know if you're going to be able to process and distill all that in this moment, but that's great stuff for us to know. So if you play it as if, so, and again, I'm not here to try to direct. I feel like I'm now directing. But I could do that.
Oh, you've been given all great pointers. That's why I shut up and I'm letting you speak.
Right. All right. So, so if we played it as if, one, it's a conversation on FaceTime, so you don't have to try to play false moments. Two, know that it's, whatever, I would say this, whatever you were able to distill by what Kasey just shared, which was a lot, and, you may not remember every little note she gave, just see how much of what she shared you can incorporate into it and see how that feels.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and do the last take. And 3, 2, 1, action.
Hey, Mom.
You scared me.
What you doing? Like, why you packing? You leaving us?
Why aren't you responding?
Dad let me stay at home, but that's not what I asked. I asked you, are you leaving us?
No, I'm not leaving.
Then why are you packing?
And you wouldn't understand. There are some things that I need to work through.
That's bullshit.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
I said, it's bullshit. You're lying to me.
For the sake of grace, I'm going to credit your complete brain lapse to emotional distress because I know that you are not using that language and tone with me.
Well, what does it matter? You've given up on us anyway?
Karen, Mattel, LaRon, you have about a half a second to remember who you are, or this conversation gonna get real ugly.
Remember who I am? You mean Cash? Yeah. That's my dad's name, right? My name? Cameron Michael Cash?
Baby, don't.
Don't what? Speak the truth? Abandon my family? Don't be stupid? Like you, huh?
Baby, it is not like that. You don't understand.
You're damn right. I don't understand. Look, I don't understand how my own mother could just stop loving me. Or how you could give up on us. And jet the way you did. Correction. The way you are. You've been gone for like a week. You got me and Dad worried. You got us worried. You got us praying for your safety. And you out here laid up with some chick. Then you show up and then storm out of here, leaving Dad, leaving us, leaving me again. And then you're here now to do what? Pack your stuff. I see you packing your stuff to what? Leave again? I don't understand any of that. I don't.
Cameron, I am sorry. I love you. And you know I love you more than life itself.
You love me. But just not how I got here. Right? Just tell me. Tell me you wouldn't change it if you could. Tell me you wouldn't go back and make it so I was never born. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead. Lie to me like your mother lied to you. Do it.
That is enough. Your father assaulted me. He took advantage of me. He put me in a coma and he left me to die. So yes, Cameron, I hate it. But what I hate more is your spoiled ass. It's so selfish that you can't see that this is about more than just you.
Mama.
I chose to keep you, even though I knew he was never coming back. I chose to love you, take care of you, all on my own, and I've been doing it without pause your entire life. Would I change what happened to me? In a heartbeat. But I wouldn't change you being my son. Not even now, as you stand in my face, in my house no less, and you accuse me of abandoning you. You got your chest all poked out like you a man? Or you acting like an immature little boy?
Woohoo! High five.
You gave
Ronson,
us some
Lola.
tough stuff to play, Kasey. The
Yes.
more I hear it, the more I hear it, the more I hear it. And there's a lot of turns in there. Yeah, this is tough. To get to the truest place with it, you need time. You need time to work it. But what is the goal of this exercise? Is it just about the cold read to see how people are cold reading?
It's Blindsides is really just a discovery platform to discover talent from all across the country.
I get that part. In terms of no, I get that. In terms of like presenting the work this way, as opposed to say if they each had a week to work it and then come and do it, right? So that you can get a truest gauge of people's performance ability.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Is that because that I feel like the business and the industry puts us at a disadvantage anyway with this new way of like, I got 2 things I'm supposed to turn in this week, and I've been like pushing them joints off like from last week. Like, first of all, they film next April, so I don't know what the fuck they're in a rush for.
Right.
One, I call the writer because I've worked with him before, and I'm like, bro, like, and you know, I can't just turn this shit around.
You got to put them on tape.
You have to put them on tape, yeah. And I've been avoiding it. One, I you know, it's not my favorite thing to do, to be honest with you, because you're shooting in the dark. But if we're going to create the environment for talent to be discovered, then I think an important consideration is how do you create the most hospitable experience? Not that you're doing less than that, because this feels loving and supportive, but I think there's another level that you can get to. So Lola and both of them, but there's so many turns in this. There's so much conflict, right? There's guilt. There's I want to love you, but then I say some foul shit. Like you got your chest poked up, but you just hurt his feeling. So it's like the ability to say these things so that we can experience the levels of trauma, the levels of conflict, the levels of the levels of trauma, the levels of conflict, internal conflict, but compassion, the need for freedom, the need to be heard, to be understood. Like this is rich material and a landscape to play in that unless you have a chance to live with it for a while, right? And then work with a scene partner that can play those moments with you to elicit the honest responses out of you. But even so, again, if you were preparing this just as a reading for an audition, you may not, whoever's your reader, they may not be able to deliver that. You might be in a scene with another actor on set and they can't bring it. And so you have to own your performance and own the truth of it so that no matter what the fuck is going on or not going on, you're able to anchor yourself in the truth of what's written, right? So back to those turns where you say he's selfish. What's the line right before you say he's selfish?
What I hate most is your spoiled ass. Right before that one is your father took advantage of me.
Right.
Assaulted me.
So those two thoughts are diametrically opposed, right? Like he doesn't have this information, right? So even the ability to say it, does it come out of frustration and you've had enough? And this is like the arc of the scene has to build to a point where you are frustrated so much that what comes out of your mouth almost like sometimes we say things we don't mean and it's too late and it came out, you're like, oh fuck. But because it happens a number of times, is this her nature or is she just, you know what I mean, really struggling and trying to find the words? And so these are the things that the conversations you would have and the specificity that you would want to get to with a writer, right? If this was you cast in this role, because those are questions I would ask. Like, okay, well, why am I saying this now when I just said that? Okay, if the writer, because sometimes writers hear things in their head that sounds good to them, but then when an actor has to bring it to life, it's like, yo, to turn on a dime like that, sometimes it can be really interesting. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. So you have to tweak it a little bit, right? To make it make sense for you. But there's so much richness in the writing in terms of the trauma that people carry, right? These secrets, right? And because this for you, but what does Lola want? Isn't that a movie? What does Lola want? Lola gets, isn't that?
Yeah.
Whatever Lola wants. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you thought about that in the scene, Lola?
Yeah. I know what I want. Like when I first get in there, I'm trying to sneak out because I feel like if I have to face my son or my husband, that I might not be able to leave. And so now I'm like trying to not have to like face this, you know? And so I think it's a lot for him to be talking to me this way. Like I'm not expecting it. And and I'm just trying to get out of here. And now he's like saying all this stuff to me. And I'm like, how does he even know this? Like, what, that I'm with the chick? Like, how do you know all these things? And then, you know, by the time he just keeps going, I keep allowing him, I keep telling him, like, you better watch it. You better watch it. And then it's just like, that's enough. And then I feel like during that last monologue, it's like, I'm remembering like what happened to me. Like, I'm not just trying to leave and not think about him, but there's a lot going on with me. And so I just want him to understand that, to give me some grace, really.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And do you, Lola, as a character, feel connected to those truths you just expressed in the performance?
I felt connected to like the you know, that I was assaulted, I was beat up. Like I don't think it landed as much when I was performing it, but I have it all in there. But it was a little jarring for me to be like, he left me to die and I hate it. Like that I connect with. But then like, but I hate you because you selfish. Like that was a little, it was
That turn.
yeah, that turn was a little difficult because
Yeah.
I'm like, so in so much, and earlier I'm like, baby, I'm so sorry, I love you, I
Right.
love that.
Right.
Nah, I hate your selfish ass. Like that was very
Right.
yeah, it was a little difficult to really like.
Yeah, and so the actor has to take responsibility, right? And this will happen. I was doing a show once. It was a CBS show, and it was an offer. So I didn't really have a chance to really get into it before, like a couple of days before I was going to shoot. And I didn't have a chance to call the writer in advance. So as I'm preparing it, I was like, yo, this shit makes absolutely no fucking sense. So it's a dude who breaks out of jail. He kills cops. He's trying to escape. Then the cop that like put him in jail meets him at the spot where he's supposed to be escaping. And then they have this silly little banter like, I knew I'd find you here. How did you know I was going to be? It's like some real corny TV writing shit. Now, there were so many problems with this. One is a black dude that escaped prison in 2022. I think I shot this thing. So, number one, he ain't going to be that cavalier. Number two, if he pulls up on this cop, she ain't alone. Right. So nowhere in the stage directions did it say, as he approaches her, he looks cautiously around for backup. The actor in me is playing that shit, right? So that's just one of like 15 issues with this scene. And so that morning in the makeup trailer, I didn't have a chance to call for the writer. So it really couldn't happen until we got on set, which is not preferred because now you're eating up time when you should be shooting, right? And it's revealed, like the writer says, well, you know that scene in Heat when De Niro and Pacino confront each other? And in my mind, I'm like, first of all, you're not Michael Mann. So why are you like, you just straight up ripped off somebody else's shit and you're trying to make it work, but your shit is corny. And this is a show that's on the air on CBS. And I'm trying to work with the writer and be respectful. Things to think about. I'm a 6'2" black dude. She was like a 5 foot something Jewish woman. So I already know that the real acting happens when they say cut. So my big black ass can't be too intimidating. So I speak softly. Shit I've learned along the way. My black ass could be intimidating. So let me speak softly. But then the more she started like pushing back, I was like, listen, y'all hired me for this. So if you hire me, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get, I'm the fucking truth police. I am going to interrogate every single moment so I can get to my truth. So as a responsibility as the actor, we have to be interrogators of truth and stand on that because we're the ones that are going to be seen, not the writer, not the director, right? Especially in television, right? It's not a director's medium. Right? It's more, you know, more about the producers and maybe a writer than you do the directors, right? Typically.
Yeah.
And so, especially in television where things are like put out almost like a factory, we have to really own and our characters, even if you're a guest star. So you have the right. So in this case, Lola, if you felt that turn was a challenge for you, it's okay to say to the writer, hey, what did you mean here? Help me understand how I'm supposed to make this leap from this moment, right? And sometimes, so if you agree that it's going to stay that way, then sometimes it's about playing against the instinct of, so in that moment, right, you don't have to hit them hard with it because the words say it. And then you can turn it into a question versus a statement as an actor, just in an inflection of your how you do it, right? So you can find ways as the actor, like, how do I make this shit work? Right? I don't want it. I still want to show my compassion, right? I want to show, because if I just said this, hey, I love you and blah, blah, blah. And if he's pushing you to that edge, you don't have to go there. You can catch yourself, right? And this is where the acting of it all, the craft and the truth starts taking over, right? Does any of this make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And lived experience will do that too, right? You have these real life experiences, like, okay, I know this moment. I know how to play that, right? And you don't always want to premeditate it, but you at least have a truth you can anchor yourself on. And then based on what the other actor's doing, the moment will take over and some other magic will happen. Does that make sense? So I think overall, from a presentation standpoint, if the actors have time with the material, that's going to help them get more nuanced performances. If the goal is for the world to see them and see the best versions of them, then it might make sense to let them have a moment with the writer, talk about it. Did y'all have any kind of previous?
No, because that's part of the names blindsides them.
Yeah. So it's again, that's why I asked what's your goal, because if it's to show the best of a Cole Reed, then that's one thing. If it's the best of like a performance that we've had a chance to really develop the moment, that's a whole other thing. So this is your platform. Just figure out what's the most important thing to you, because those are two different things.
Right.
Yeah. But you guys, I mean, you did good work. Like it's, I'm definitely, I mean, I love seeing actors try to find stuff and, be early in your journey. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, we truly thank you for this, Malik, and thank you for all of your insight, your knowledge. You gave a lot of great feedback, and you've also given us a lot of great feedback as a platform too, because we want this to be, a good platform for discovering talent and to be able to showcase them in their best ability. But we initially created this to at least leverage our audience, to put spotlight on them. So that's part of what we're doing. But we will take into consideration the timeline, like you were saying, and give them more time to work on the material, so that way they can actually showcase or put their best foot forward and actually showcase themselves in the best light. We'll continue to navigate that until we get it right.
Yeah. It's all a work in progress, but salute for. So if you wanted to get them to work on it and then come back in a week or two, I'd be happy to see like the second version of what you guys do, because you have it in you. I could see you do. It's just having a chance and not feeling the pressure of having to be perfect right now and all that stuff, and just sitting that truth. And I could see you, Ronson. You were getting more and more comfortable, playing those beats, playing those conflicts. And just as an actor, man, that's the part that really makes the shit fun. It's being able to sit in the truth and let the discovery come out and surprise yourself.
Yeah.
I can interject for just a moment, though. They both have a lot of range. You could tell Um,
Thank
there's
you.
a, I do wholeheartedly agree that with more time, I feel like they will both turn this script into a whole nother thing. There's a lot of emotion. There is a lot of conflict. There's the audacity of you. You know, there's that fear. I'm pissed at you. I'm angry. There's that the internal struggle is the love, and I hate what you're doing right now. I hate how this is making me feel. You have these moments of timidness. You're trying to stay reserved. You're trying, be composed. Um, and there's these explosive moments where you're projecting, and I'm going to confront you because I'm trying to save this family. Uh, so many different ways that it could be read, so many different ways it could be delivered. um, Lola, you are a very strong actress. um, I enjoy an actress, or an actor rather, who can convey a scene or an emotion through gestures, body language, other than just the words. You see a lot of emotion in your face, both of you. Um, to just feel or witness the both of you bring life and breathe life into these words, without actors that can really embody the characters and what's being said, it's just words on a piece of paper. So having been the person to write this, and as he said, you write things and you're just spewing out stuff as it's coming to you, and then you hear it out loud. I've I've gone through this script over 100 times, changing things. So it does. You hear it out. You get to hear it, and it brings it full circle to see it performed, and to say, that's it. That's the way I wrote it. That's how it sounded in my head, when I wrote it. So, of course, there's definitely room to improve. I would love to see you guys do it, even not, if not even on this platform. Maybe I can connect with you, just see how you do it later on.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
definitely love to
Yep.
do that with each of you, because I think that you both have exactly what it takes to bring this scene full circle, to be wholeheartedly what I imagine when I put fingers to the typewriter keyboard.
Kasey, have you taken an acting class? Are you an actor as well?
I have not. I did a code reading class once. I got a lot of performance anxiety, so in front of the camera is really not my forte. I do better with improv. I've tried to dibble and dabble acting a little bit, but I'm sweating bullets, and somebody can yell
No,
action.
I think it really, I encourage everybody to do it all. Like I write, I direct, I act, I produce, I do it all. And what I love, one of the things I love about, well, both writing and directing is because I have so much experience acting. First of all, I've been doing this my whole life. Like I was a theater kid in school, all the shit, right?
Shout out to the theater kids. Yep.
What, what's that?
I said shout out to the theater kids. I'm a
Yeah,
theater kid too, so
yeah,
shout
yeah.
out.
How old are you, by the way? You look 12.
I'm 25.
Yeah, okay. You're my kids' age. I got kids. How old are you, Kasey?
I'm 36.
Oh, you grown. And you look 18. Black don't. Everybody.
Thank you.
Lola, I ain't
Yay.
gonna
I
ask you.
just cut the beard off. Like I literally just cut the beard off before. When they told me I was doing this, I had a full beard. I was like, no, I gotta shave this joint off. And I get a lot of to play younger stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. That's just. You said who's in Dallas?
I'm from Dallas, but I live in Katy now.
Okay. And where are you, Ronson, right now?
I'm in Houston.
And Lola?
LA.
LA.
Yeah.
And where are you guys, Jessica? You guys are in LA too?
I'm
No,
in
just-
Delaware.
and I'm in Virginia.
Okay, cool.
So it's like a whole collaboration to put this together.
Yeah.
I'm in Brooklyn. Got it.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Kasey, yeah. If you can, it'll help you. It'll help you think like actors think. And you don't have to be on camera, even if you just take a class in the studio, just to get used to what actors think about. And it'll certainly inform your writing. And it sounds like you probably want to direct at some point.
Yes.
That'll definitely help you because it'll help you communicate with actors. So, like for instance, when you say, "Oh, I like the gestures and I like, the facial expressions,"
Mhm.
the other way to express that is, "I like your internal work," right? I like your truth because those are a manifestation of what's happening internally. So as long as you're rooted in the truth of the work, then the gestures will naturally occur. Sometimes you might want to, I'm going to scratch my head in this scene to make them think I'm thinking, or I'm going to rub my nose, or whatever, some sort of physicality, right? Action. But it's the truth of what's going on that will allow it to come out naturally in your physical manifestation, if that makes sense. Yeah. But thank you for this opportunity. It's 8:08.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know you're busy.
Yeah. Keep me abreast. I'm down to, help out.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Malik. I'm sure you got to go. So just lastly, if everybody could just say goodbye to you, we appreciate having you on, and we'll try to come back together and do this again.
Cool. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, God bless
God
you.
bless you
And,
too. Thank you.
make sure y'all vote. I ain't gonna tell you who to vote for, but don't vote against your interests, Black people. That's all I'm gonna say. I like that blue background. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, y'all.
All right, be safe.
Peace.
Peace, Malik.
Thank
God
you.
bless, bro.